Hi, Phanessa here. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to crochet this granny square. It is made with puff stitches. So this is the exact same pattern as the puff stitch coaster that I recently published for the 4th of July celebration. So the only difference is I've added another round to make it a square. So for the materials, I'm using City Tweed. This is Knit Picks, and they have a lighter weight version of this, but I chose the worsted. So I am using the larger size of the recommended hook. I'm going to use the size K, which is 6.5 millimeters. And then you'll need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a stitch marker. So you can just use one of these. These are easier to get your yarn through. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with the yellow in the center. And I'm starting with the magic ring. So holding your tail, wrap your yarn around over your tail, and then insert your hook into that loop to grab the working yarn. And then you have your magic ring. I'm going to chain one to secure this. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a tall loop. So we want to create our very first puff stitch, okay? So it's going to be about the height of your puff stitch, which is about a double crochet stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into this ring, and then pull up a loop, and you're going to do that 4 times. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a tall loop. Okay, you want to pull it all the way up, that's 1, yarn over, into the ring, yarn over, and pull up a tall loop. Okay, that's 2. You want to pull up another, that's 3, and this is your 4th. You want to make sure you have 9 loops on your hook. You want to yarn over and then pull through all 9 loops, and you're going to chain 1 to secure. If you need to tighten this circle, just pull on the tail. And I'm working right over the tail. Okay, so we have 1 puff stitch. We're going to work 8 puff stitches into the ring. Okay, so again, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into this ring, and then pull up a loop. And then you're going to do that 4 times until you have 9 loops on your hook. Yarn over, into the ring, yarn over, pull up a tall loop. Okay, make sure it comes up to this puff stitch. Yarn over, into the ring, yarn over, pull up a tall loop. That was 2, this is 3, and 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and chain 1 to secure. Okay, so that's 2 puff stitches. I need to work 6 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1 to secure. One, 2, 3, and 4. Pull through all 9 loops, chain 1. This is my last puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull through 9 loops and chain 1. Okay, double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so pull on your tail so you can tighten that circle, that center. And then you're going to work a slip stitch. So you're joining with a slip stitch to the very first puff stitch. So this is the chain 1 that you created when you secured your puff stitch. So you can join with the new color. You would just pick up the other color and pull through like this. Or you could join and then switch out. It's up to you. I like to tie a couple of knots. Now we're going to work in between the puff stitches. Okay, so we're placing 2 puff stitches in every space between these puff stitches. So to start round 2, you're going to work a slip stitch into the space. So insert your hook into that space between these 2 puff stitches and then work a slip stitch. And then when you're done, you want to pull a tall loop as tall as your puff stitches are going to be. And if you're a beginner, it'll take some time to get used to your tension and how high you want to pull this up. So again, we're going to work 2 puff stitches into this space here in between these 2 puff stitches. That's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1 to secure. So I'm going to work 1 more puff stitch right into the same space. Pull the loop up to this puff stitch here. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through 9 loops, chain 1 to secure. Okay, so now we're just going to work 2 of these puff stitches in every space between these 2 puff stitches, and you'll have a total of 16 puff stitches when you're done. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by to watch. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when I post a video. So I have 15 puff stitches. I'm ready to work my last puff stitch. Okay, so now we're going to join to the first puff stitch here. Again, you can join first and then switch colors, or you can slip stitch with the new color because we will be using the yellow now. And we're done using the gray color. If you watched my coaster video, which is the same, it starts the same, I actually changed my color after I worked my slip stitch. Sometimes I like to change it up. So I'm going to tie a couple of knots back here. Now we're ready for round 3. Again, we're going to work into the space between puff stitches. So the first thing you want to do is slip stitch into the next space. So what we're going to do is we're going to work 2 puff stitches in these 2 puff stitches, so in the space between these 2. In the space that's between the 2 sets, we're just going to work 1 puff stitch. So that's the repeat around. There's going to be 2 puff stitches in between these, so this is the set. In between these sets right here, we're going to work 1. So it's 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And you're adding 12 more puff stitches. So you will have a total of 24 puff stitches. Since we're in between this set, we're going to work 2 puff stitches. So pull up a tall loop. Okay, we're going to work our first puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1 more puff stitch in the same space. Make sure you pull that tall loop. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now this space is in between these 2 sets. We're just going to work 1 puff stitch. Okay, now in this set, just like this one, we're going to work 2 puff stitches. That's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we're going to work 1 more puff stitch in the same space. And then between these 2 sets, we're just going to work 1 puff stitch. So you're going to repeat that all the way around. You should have 24 puff stitches. So 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, and 1 here. I'm working on my last puff stitch. And then I'm going to join to the first puff stitch. I'm not changing colors, so I'm just going to join with the same yarn. For our last row, we're going to slip stitch into the next space. So you can chain 3 or work a chainless double crochet, which I'm going to do. Pull up a tall loop, place your finger right here, bring your hook forward and to the back. I'll show you that again. You don't want to let go of this loop here. Bring the hook forward to the back, insert your hook right into the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then this right here is where you will complete your double crochet. So I'm still holding on to this, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So you can chain 3 if you prefer. Now I'm going to work 2 double crochets into the same space. So we're trying to create a corner here. I'm going to chain 2, that's the corner, and then into the same space 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to chain 1. So in the next space here, you're going to work 1 double crochet. So right into the next space, 1 double crochet. chain 1. So you're going to have a chain 1 after each stitch, at least on the sides. Into the next stitch, I'm going to work a half double crochet. So yarn over, into the next space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1. Into the next space, we're just going to work a single crochet. Pull up a loop, and then work your single crochet. Chain 1. Okay, so you can see the edge forming here. Now we're going to go backwards on this side, so we're going to work a half double crochet, a double crochet, and then our corner stitches. So into the next space, 1 half double crochet. If you need basics for crocheting, you can check out my playlist. I'll include it in the corner. Don't forget the chain 1. Into the next space, 1 double crochet and chain 1. So in this corner, we're going to do the same thing here. So because I worked the first double crochet here, you may have chained 3. This counts as 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So I want to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into that same space to create my second corner. That's 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into the same space. So there is my second corner. So we're going to repeat these stitches. My second corner has been made. I already worked a chain 1. So you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1, and then backwards 1 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then your next corner. So repeat that all the way around and join to your first double crochet. If you chained 3, just join into the top of the third, so the third chain. So double crochet, chain 1. Hope I have enough yarn. Half double crochet, chain 1. Single crochet, chain 1. Half double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then I'm at my corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets all into the same space, and that would be your third corner. Okay, I actually had enough yarn. So I'm back around, and then this last one here is going to be, I forgot to chain 1. This last one here is going to be our double crochet, chain 1. So you want to work a slip stitch, join to this first double crochet. If you chained 3, just join into the top of the third, so the third chain from your beginning chain 3. So for the chainless double crochet stitch, you can see the loops on top. Okay, and then slip stitch. It looks much cleaner in my opinion. Okay, so now you have your granny square. You just fasten off and weave in all your ends. Obviously, I'm making a lot and I have not weaved in my ends. So I'm just going to fasten off because I don't want that to unravel on me. So you can block as desired. I did try to block them and I felt like it really didn't make a difference, and that's probably because of the nature of the puff stitches. It may have relaxed the outside the last round, but other than that, I felt like it didn't really make a difference. So it's really up to you, depending on what you're making as well. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, please subscribe and hit that notification button. It really helps out my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.